Scariest story while filming.
I think we got like in the newspaper for the stupidity and how illegal it was.
A video that you were scared to post.
Ooh, I know this one. I was just really reluctant to post about us being in a relationship.
Hello, welcome back to our channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. We were supposed to film this video while Neo was napping, but that did not work out. You had a short nap, didn't you?
Classic parent life.
But basically, we wanted to sit down and tell you some behind-the-scenes stories of some of our videos. You loved when we told the story of Louis getting arrested when we were filming that video in Brussels. And from then, I've written down a bunch of different questions to kind of ignite some conversation to tell you.
Because we've got so many
We have a lot more stories, yes. Some scary ones, funny ones, just lots of things. Kind of, yeah, behind the scenes in our YouTube channels, which by the way, if you're watching this on Raya and Louis, you may not know that we have our own YouTube channels, Raya Was Here and Fun for Louis. And your channel's been 12 years?
Yeah, 12 years.
Amazing.
I'm sure a lot of you have followed along, but we're going to be digging into the archives for this and showing clips as well. So.
And my channel, Raya Was Here, is like 9 years old or something. So yeah, we have a lot of videos, a lot of stories, and some of you I think are really going to enjoy this because you might remember watching the video and now you'll know the real story behind it. Okay, let's get started.
Okay. Neo loves the camera, by the way. What's that?
Okay, what is the video that you're most proud of?
I think for me, it's probably an entire series, and then the end of that series was flying around the world. Me and my friend JP circumnavigated the world in a single engine plane. Well, he was doing the flying, but it was like such an intense time, which I can go into another time, but it was so rewarding. We made a documentary of it, but I was also daily vlogging it all. And it was just like such a wild adventure. And the final video of us like coming into land after flying for 3 months and then reuniting with Raya, and we had a big festival. For me, that was like that series, and then that final video of us like all celebrating together. And it's like, I think because I can envision like and remember like that feeling as well. Yeah. And
I feel like for so much of it, you didn't actually know if you were gonna make it. So to actually make it was, I remember you like felt
so epic.
Amazing, yeah. I would say for me, the video I'm most proud of is also a series. I did a 4-part series in Hawaii where I connected to the earth through the elements. So earth, water, fire, and air. And Hawaii is such a beautiful place. And I got to talk to a lot of locals who have beautiful ways of connecting to the earth. And yeah, I'm really, really proud of that series. I also filmed it with my friend Dakota, who's an amazing videographer, photographer, poet as well. He wrote a little poem in the beginning of each video. So yeah, I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, I really love that series in your channel as well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hear noises in the background, it's Neo playing.
Yeah. Okay, your favorite video on my channel and mine on yours.
My favorite video on your channel was a video you did where you were sharing like the morning routines from different people around the world. And I think it was such a fun take on like the classic video, like it's like a beauty vlogger's video about their morning routine. But because we were traveling so much at the time, everywhere we were stopping, you were like asking women to show their morning routine. So we were like in Dominican Republic and we stopped in this little shack and the lady showed how she got ready. And then we were visiting a tribe in northern Kenya and you were asking a girl how she brushes her teeth. And then there's this beautiful montage and a few other people like sent you videos and stuff. So for me, that was just like, that was so creative and I just love it.
Yeah. I'd say mine for you is the Volcano video you did, which was so cool. And when the music came in the beginning, especially that intro, I've like replayed it so many times. And I know that was quite a risky hike as well. But to see the video and the way it came out, if you haven't seen that video, I mean, we'll link all the videos down below anyway, but that one's a really good one. Huge thank you to Kitsch for sponsoring today's video. I've recently been using the rice water protein shampoo and conditioner bars and I've really been loving them.
If you remember, I colored my hair a couple years ago and I'm still paying the price. The ends especially, this is like the last of what's left of the colored hair, and it's so dry, but these bars have really been helping with that. They've been formulated with rice water to help repair damaged hair follicles and prevent split ends, and they're specifically meant to encourage overall hair length and density, which is very helpful for me because I lost so much hair postpartum and I'm really trying to encourage it to grow back. I especially love that I can get all those benefits with products that are so much better for the environment. Of course, they're also vegan, cruelty-free, and free of phthalates, parabens, silicones, and sulfates. If you want to try these out for yourself, use the code Raya for 25% off site-wide on your first order. The website is linked in our description box. Also, Kit ships in the US and internationally to over 27 countries, and they also have a subscription option for an even better discount. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Scariest story while filming?
I've got a few. I think one that springs to mind is I was with another friend in central London.
I'm gonna try to climb.
And he's like into parkour and stuff, and we like jumped over this fence and we climbed this massive building in central London. It was like we're like standing on the edge, like balancing on the edge, super high risk. Looking back, it was like so stupid, but
that was before you were a dad.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that now. No. But anyway, I think we got like in the newspaper for the stupidity and how illegal it was the next day when I uploaded the vlog. But yeah, looking back, that was scary and dangerous.
Yeah.
And then I think one whole series I did, which was potentially quite dangerous, was I went to North Korea back in 2016. And I wasn't too worried, and I couldn't communicate with Raya the whole time. I kept on getting told off by like the military for like filming in the wrong places, but thankfully I came home safe and sound.
I hated those. It was like 10 days something where I had no contact with Louis and no idea if he was okay. That was one of the most stressful times of my life for sure.
Very interesting trip for me though.
Yeah. Scariest story for me is another one where in the moment I didn't realize how scary it was, but now looking back, I know that it is. Basically, we went to Mexico, my first ever time scuba diving before I had any training, which you're not supposed to go.
You pooping?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, finish the story.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go scuba diving unless you've been trained properly. And they basically gave me like a 5-minute quick training.
I had like a week-long course when I first started.
And the number one thing is you're supposed to stay with your buddy. And my buddy was like the main instructor. It was me and this other guy that were new and the instructor. We came down. The other guy started having a panic attack. So the instructor was with him the whole time. And I was just standing there. And I was like, I'm scuba diving. Like, I want to explore. So I just went off on my own, which you're so not supposed to do, which I didn't fully realize. Anyway, I came up much later and they were all freaking out. They were like already on the boat looking for me.
And it was like it was like strong currents, low visibility underwater.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was so scared.
Now that I have been trained, I realize how scary it was, but...
That was the most I was ever scared for Raya.
Okay, we're gonna go change him. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Neo's feeding. Do we have a few minutes of silence?
No, you keep going.
Keep going, my love. Okay, here we go. A video that was really stressful behind the scenes.
Okay, I'm thinking, there's two that jumped to mind to me.
Yeah.
They were, typically, it's when there's like a brand deal happening and there's like this expectation and I have to remember, especially when it's like a full day. I can't remember what brand it was, but it was in New York.
Yeah.
It's like a hotel brand or something, and we were like having to do all these activities and I was stressed, and maybe we started the vlog late and I was like, oh my gosh, like we need to make sure this vlog's good, and I had all people with me. I remember having a bit of a meltdown.
Yeah.
And then a similar thing happened in LA. I remember waking up and I was like, I don't want to do it. I was just like feeling all the stress. And I think a lot of it was in my mind. I was allowing myself to get stressed out by wanting to make a good video and wanting to do the right things and capture the right stuff.
And I think when brands have super specific expectations, it's almost like it doesn't feel natural, and it's like you have to film scenes almost. It's that was tough back in the day.
Yeah, it was back in the day. It was years ago. But those two videos, and I think they turned out great, and you'd have never guessed watching the vlogs that I was stressed out, but I was really stressed out.
Yeah. Mine was another job. It was with Land Rover. This is some tea. I'm spilling some tea here. So I don't have my driving license. A lot of you know that, and obviously Land Rover is a car. So anyway, they did this whole press trip, and it was driving around these sand dunes. So obviously we told them, like, I don't have my license, but they were like, oh, it's okay, because you're driving around in sand dunes, so
it's private land.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, matter. And you're not on roads or anything. You're literally just, like, going up and down sand dunes. So I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, behind the scenes here is that after the whole thing was filmed, the guy that was, like, that we were working with, basically, I guess whoever was in charge found out I didn't have my license, and they were like, why was she allowed to work on this deal? Like, I don't understand. They were kind of angry about it. And then the guy that was the person that we were talking to basically said I had lied and, like, hadn't told them, and he was trying to, like, save his job and threw me under the bus. It was this whole thing, which, again, you wouldn't know if you watched the video, but...
You were quite stressed.
Yeah, it was a crazy situation, because then it was like me versus, like, my word versus this guy that works for anyway, it was crazy. He eventually ended up apologizing to me about it, the whole situation, but that was wild. A video that you were scared to post.
Ooh, I know this one.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, I was just really reluctant to post about us being in a relationship. Looking back, it was kind of funny that I was so hesitant. You okay? But I think partly it was like, I don't know, history with my relationships, and also seeing people announce relationships and break up online. Anyway, I was like, let's just wait till we're really sure. And then it was actually Christmas time. I don't know what year, 2015?
It was New Year's, yeah, 2015.
Christmas 2015, going into 2016. And I'd invited Raya out to spend Christmas with my family in Malaysia. And I'm sure everyone watching at the time, maybe lots of you were, maybe it was kind of obvious that we were dating.
Yeah.
And we had...
I just joined your family trip for the holidays.
And we had been for like 6 months, and we were like traveling together solo for that time. Anyway, I hadn't said anything. We hadn't addressed it at all. There's so many funny stories we could go into about, like, behind the scenes, the vlogs over
trying to hide
6 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, on New Year's Eve 2015, I just uploaded a vlog with not explaining anything, but at the end of the vlog, me and Raya kissed on camera.
New Year's kiss.
New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
And then it just cut, and that was the end of the vlog. And I just thought that was such a fun way to announce it. And then the next day we did, like, girlfriend, boyfriend tag or whatever.
Yeah.
But that I was so nervous. That was such a big video for me.
Well, I made a video, I think it was called Insecure, and I like filmed my body looking in the mirror, and it was all about, like, body insecurity and stuff, but it was probably my most vulnerable video. And I was super scared to post it, but I knew that some people would connect with it, and the comments, every time I put myself out there like that, the comments I get are just so incredible, and so many of you connect with it, so it's worth it, but it doesn't really make it less scary, I would say. Yeah.
And thanks for those watching that are kind to Raya in the comments, because sometimes, especially on my channel, people are sometimes unkind. And it means a lot to us when there's kind comments.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we're real people.
Yeah. Okay, favorite brand deal of the past?
Oh, I know immediately.
Yeah.
This was not just favourite brand deal, but one of my favourite trips. We did a deal with Montana Tourism Board, and we took 2 friends. Sam and Carrie came out with us.
Yeah.
The 4 of us basically road tripped around Montana doing amazing activities, camping out, going to cool, like, ranches and riding horses. And we bought the Wonderbug, which is my Volkswagen van, which I've now converted to electric. But we basically, on the first day, our vehicle broke down. We bought
The whole thing was that we're going on a 10-day road trip, and the van broke on day 1.
So we bought a new van and then did this amazing, such a fun trip around Montana. We did so many fun things because the tourism board were obviously, like, helping us out with stuff to do. We went to, like, ghost towns, and we went into caves and
kayaking.
Oh, it was so much fun, and we were just laughing and having fun the entire time. It was just so joyful, and I couldn't believe that the whole thing was like a sponsored trip. Like,
so fun.
Yeah, it was so good.
I would say for me, it was actually on our channel, and it was with Planet Oat, which obviously I'm vegan. I drink tons of oat milk, and so obviously I love oat milk. But this whole thing was that they raise money for the elephant orphanage in Kenya, which is one that the Sheldrick Trust, which we both love. Anyway, we got to go out to Kenya and to see all the baby elephants, and then, which we've done before, but we got to go out to the next stage. Once they grow up past 3 years old, I think they go to then be able to be released out in the wild. So anyway, we got to go there and to see like the slightly older babies, and elephants are my favorite animals. And it was just such an incredible, like, once in a lifetime experience. Just, yeah, life made, basically. I really hope we get to take him on things like that.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal trip. Like,
yeah, and if you haven't seen that video, please go watch it because it took me like weeks to edit and I was so proud of it. So yeah, I love that video so much. A video that you think deserves more views.
I mean, a lot of the videos on our channel, I think, deserve more views.
I guess for me, I would say that Women of the World morning routine video, because it took me like a year to collect all the different videos and stuff. And I worked so hard on it. And, I guess if it was like, if you were to choose one of your videos to go viral or something, I would have wished that video did better.
Yeah. Oh, I think for me, probably the cycling trip I did down to Africa, because again, that's one of the things I was most proud of, like doing that trip, cycling the entire kind of length of Europe, basically. So I was like so proud of that, and the video series, I think it did okay on my channel, but I think, yeah, I'd love to get more views on that because it was like such an accomplishment for me.
Yeah, that was
and
huge.
I loved sharing that and filming that.
Funniest memory you have while filming?
Okay, I know this. So just before me and Raya started dating, we were already kind of seeing each other. I went on a birthday trip with a bunch of my best friends and we went out to New Mexico and we had this amazing like cowboy experience for a few days. And it was, yeah, just so epic. And I just remember one of the days we were in like this Japanese sauna and we were messing around and it was just like, we were in full cheeky banter mode and it was just like absolutely hilarious. I just remember just laughing so much at that vlog. It was like, everyone was on top form.
You get to live out like your childhood dream.
Yeah, and it was just like everyone, it was back when, you know, a lot of my friends were regulars on the videos and they were just really playing up to camera. But we also just been natural. It was just really funny. I just remember editing that video just in hysterics. So, yeah.
I would say for me, one of my first ever travel jobs with Taiwan Tourism Board. And I remember my manager at the time, there was such a huge language barrier that I remember my manager was like, right before I got on the flight, she's like, this is like 95% legit, I'm pretty sure, but it's just so hard to understand that I don't really know what you're in for when you land. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was like such a long travel day, like 40 hours of travel or something. I landed, I'm looking horrific. I haven't slept in days.
Ready to go to the hotel.
Ready to go. Yeah, because we landed at 8 p.m. I was like, perfect. We'll go straight to the hotel, get a good night's sleep, shower, and then tomorrow I can like be ready to film. Well, we get out. My friend Karina came with me. We walk out of the airport, and the people who are meeting us there have like cameras that they go put straight in our faces. And we're like, oh, hello. And turns out they're like filming a video of us from the second we land, which we did not know. And then also we were like, oh, okay, are we going to the hotel? And they're like, oh, no, we're going on a 6-hour drive to the coast, then take a ferry to, it was like another huge stint of travel, which we, again, did not know. So anyway, it was like, I guess at the time it wasn't funny, but it's a story that Karina and I talk about all the time, and we laugh about it all the time. And also, the video they made afterwards was so funny. We'll put a tiny clip of it here, but
you're like a little computer game character.
Yeah, I'm like, there's like a little face of me like traveling around Taiwan. It's just really funny. So yeah, that was crazy. Okay, last question. This isn't really a question, but do you have an honorable mention of a video?
Ooh.
I just have one because I was looking through my videos.
Okay, yeah.
It didn't really fit into any of the questions, but if you have not seen, we filmed a sit-down video years ago with Zoe and Alfie and our friend Dave, and it's an hour-long video. It's basically a podcast, like before podcasts were really a thing, on my channel. And we talked all about, this is right when Louis and Alfie had kind of like stopped proper daily vlogging every single day. And we were talking about what it was really like for me and Zoe to date daily vloggers and behind the scenes of all that. I watched that back recently and it's so fascinating to hear where we were at that point, now that we're like so much further out away from that. But anyway, it's just fascinating. And if any of you were watching the daily vlogs back in the day, I really think you'll find it interesting to hear some more behind the scenes stories and stuff. That's my one.
I don't know, I guess another series I'm really proud of was like road tripping the American school bus, which we have in Costa Rica now. But I flew down to Mexico and road tripped it back with some friends. And that was a really fun series and kind of wild. So yeah, that series as well, I'd like to give a little mention.
Tears. Okay, well, you have a lot of homework now. Any of those videos that you haven't watched, we will link them all down below. Make sure you go watch them. Tell us
if there's other videos that you love from our channels that maybe some of the OG viewers that have been watching for years that we didn't mention. Some of your favorite videos, because I struggle. I think there's so many fun videos that we've shot that I just have forgotten about. But yeah, if there's videos which you think deserve a mention, leave it in the comments below.
Mm-hmm. And as we were talking about any of these videos, if you remember them, if you remember watching them at the time, let us know about that too. Because in our recent vlog where we asked how many of you were OGs, so many people. I was always surprised how many people have been watching since before we even met. So we see you all out there. Thank you so much for watching all this time. Thank you for watching today.
Yeah.
Sorry it was slightly chaotic with this little guy, but this is life when you have a baby. And we will see you tomorrow. We don't have many days left.
Yeah.
It's almost Christmas, guys. Are you excited? I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.